Konnichiwa Dokusha no minasama and welcome back to PJL Books. Today, we begin at the very beginning of the alphabet with A, and today's A is alcohol. Oh, jeez. Of all the things I could be kicking off a brand new series with, it just had to be this subject, didn't it? What does that say about me? Well, to be more accurate, what does it say about Japan? Because there were other A topics I considered starting with. Aisatsu, ALTs, even Anpanman, and of course the almighty anime. All of these things I will come to in due course, but I really think that alcohol has a bigger effect on Japanese society than any of the others. Sound strange? Well, think about it. Booze is indeed a drug, but it's a drug that serves as a social lubricant. Dirty puns aside, what that means is that it makes normally tense and stressed people relax, slacken their tongues, and get up to many a crazy antic that they will in no way regret come next morning when they check their Facebook to see the dreaded 34 people liked a photo of you. But in Japan it goes a step further. Not only does it serve this purpose, but there's also the matter of the so-called enkai. Now enkai literally means banquet, though if you're imagining a white tablecloth and silverware do, you're going to be disappointed when you step into that smoky bar under the railway arches. Now the enkai is semi-compulsory for the office worker, and even important work can get done after a few beers have been drained. One could plunder the reasons for this phenomenon for many essays worth of commentary, but essentially the structure of a traditional Japanese business can be quite hierarchical and rigid, and juniors in the company don't feel the confidence to speak their mind to their bosses. Until they have downed a few shots of sake, that is, and then it's all to play for. And that makes a very rude wake-up call when the next day you find that your amazing idea to introduce a bacon-flavoured air freshener to the product line was actually taken seriously. Now, as with many social events in Japan, there is even a procedure to a casual drinking party. Firstly, you don't pour your own drink. Those around you will spot your empty or close to empty glass, and they will refill it for you while giving you an ominous troll face. You will also be fortified with other glasses of magically refilling booze, until eventually you end the night blasted off of your face and staring down at 4 or 5 still full glasses. Another quirk that you will spot is that the heads on a beer are massive, about 1/3 of the glass. Apparently, this is how the Japanese prefer their beers, so when you take your first sup of the evening, be prepared to essentially faceplant into the bubbles before your lips touch any liquid at all. Regardless of whether your poison is with friends or co-workers, there is the supply to meet the demand. The variety of drinks available can be quite daunting at times, and new limited edition drinks that are usually themed with the season come and go. You have your standard beers, which are dominated by the big 4 breweries, namely Asahi, Kirin, Sapporo and Suntory, but because of the taxes on malts, there are cheaper alternatives that are imitation beers called Haposhu available, and these use replacements like soya, wheat and, rice. There's also shochu, which is distilled spirits, the chuhai, which is a shorthand form of shochu and highball, and of course sake, rice wine. Speaking of wines, and all manner of international drinks are growing in popularity here too. A recent development is that Corona is now available in convenience stores, for example. With all of this liquor flying around, surely something doesn't add up here, you might think. Surely a stoic, formal nation like Japan would frown on such loutish behaviour. Well, not really. True, if you make a nuisance of yourself, then you're going to end up with a policeman in your face. But drunken behaviour is more accepted here. For one, being intoxicated in public is not a crime, and it seems to be widely accepted that alcohol is a release valve for the stress built up over a day or a week. So, drink up and kanpai. And that's all from me on this one, readers. Thanks very much for listening. If you'd like to read this blog itself in its written form and read many other blogs regarding the A to Z of Japan, find the link below. There's a wealth of extra blogs on there that you may be interested in. So thanks very much for listening and see you next time. Bye bye.